Good morning, and I do mean morning. Welcome to Studio MDAZ. I'm Debbie, and I am also honored to present with the Craftin' and Snackin' Slumber Party Craft event. So thank you for being here. I feel like I presented at 11 o'clock my time, so that was just like 7 hours ago. And was that 7 hours ago? No, 5 hours ago. So I feel like in the movie The Proposal, where Sandra Bullock lays on her bed and just like tries not to move all night long. That was me. That was me all night long. Hi, Debbie Gross. Hi, Antoinetta. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Linda Birch. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Nikki. Hi, guys. What I found out last night was it's very hard for me to do anything in 30 minutes, as I know. But I'm in new pajamas this morning. I had my satin, pink, and polka dot pajamas on last night. Like I was, going to an evening cocktail party in my pajamas. The only reason my eyes are a little wide open is, I'm not gonna lie, I barely slept, because you also know when you fly out early first thing in the morning, hi Marlene, hi Tammy, when you fly out early first thing in the morning, you don't sleep all night because you're like, what if my alarm doesn't go off? What if that doesn't happen? What if that alarm doesn't go off? So that's kind of where I was all night long, just checking to make sure I didn't miss it. Hi, Janine. Good morning, you guys. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Debbie. We had so many. Oh, look, there's my mom. Mom, apparently you were willing to get up for this one, but not willing to stay up for last night. Anyway, oh my gosh, Annette, good morning. I can't believe you're up too. Okay, guys, so today I've got to get started. Hi, Natalie. Thank you. Last night, let me show you what we did last night real quick. If you're not familiar with Studio MDAZ, again, I'm Debbie, and I also have Check Savvy Sisters and Check Savvy Sisterhood. So I hope you'll join us on any of those pages. But what we did last night is I took 2 pictures from Ross and painted them and added all kinds of paint and glitz and turned them into something that I would love to have in my own bathroom. But for the most part, we do black and white check, black and white stripe, navy and white, tan and white, anything that has a designer-inspired look to it. We love Mackenzie Childs. So we do a lot of stuff. It's our own take on it, but a lot of stuff that you would find looks familiar. So today, I want to show you how to take a regular Dollar Tree, and Dollar Tree's not my thing usually, but today it is. I found these at the Dollar Tree the other day. I totally missed what my mom said, but I'm sure it was something, smart alecky. Anyway, I got these at the Dollar Tree the other day, of course for $1. Got a bunch of them, and here's what I did with it. So I'm going to show you today I'm not doing the writing part, and I'm sorry I didn't reverse my camera. It just says, welcome to our perfectly imperfect family. But I'm going to show you how to do the shading and everything you need to turn just a regular little pumpkin like this into that. We're going to put it on this board. I found this at Hobby Lobby in the clearance aisle. Hi, Pauline. I'm good this morning. Hi, Deanna. Hi, everybody. Hi, Deborah. Yeah, I'm good. I'll sleep after this, I'm sure. But anyway, I bought this board in the clearance aisle, Hobby Lobby. It was $4.99, and I do this a lot, and I left. You can see it was just a sign that said something about calories, and I didn't care about the sign, but this was only $4.99, and it's the cheapest game in town to buy those things. So that's what I did. Bought the sign, I hot glued and E6000 these spools on here so that when I put my pumpkin on, because you just got to take it up a little notch. Rather than just have it lay flat on this board, and which would have been fine, but it's a little ho-hum. This way, it lifts it up and off your board and just gives it so much more interest. And so, let's do that. We're going to end up gluing it, but for right now, I'm just going to paint it like this so that you guys can see better. So let's get started. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me get this tag cut off because it's going to drive me crazy. We don't need any of this. This is for a hanging tag, but we don't need it. Okay. So what I've got on my plate is Deco Art Pumpkin Patch. Perfect, perfect color for fall. Pumpkin Patch. I've also got Canyon Orange. And then for our shading, hi Shar. Oh, thank you. I'm using, this is a raw umber. You could use raw or burnt. It really doesn't matter. I usually prefer burnt, but since I don't see it right here, let's go with the raw, because that's what you do. Oh, here it is, never mind. I knew I was like, I just pulled it out 5 seconds ago. Hi, Sue Bridgens, thank you. Thanks for being here, you guys. I was so floored. We had like 400 people watching at 11 o'clock last night, and I was so floored. I just can't believe that, people stay up, because it would have been 2 o'clock in the morning everywhere else. Okay, so you've got your little pumpkin, and I want you to follow the shape of your pumpkin and just start doing your lines. Look, and I'm doing a little bit at a time, which is called sketching. Just a little bit at a time, and I'm just gonna keep going. Sorry if that is so annoying, that noise. And then when I get to here, I'm not curving quite as much because I'm heading into the middle, which is going to be a little bit more straight up. Hi, Christy. Thank you. I don't feel much like sunshine this morning. You can hear it in my voice. Okay, and so now rather than just keep going that way, I need to come back this way to make sure that my lines are all still curving nice. And like I said, this is just sketch. So I'm not holding myself to this, what I'm doing right here. I'm just using it as a guideline. Okay, and then I'm going to take a nice, big, soft brush. That's the key. Hi, Luann from Wisconsin, and Pam Sayre. Hi, everybody. Hi, Pam, Shirley. Okay, a regular, this is a 1/2 inch wash brush. It's a great brush. This looks like it's probably a Royal, no, it's called Simply Simmons. These you'll get in the fine art section, either at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and it's a really good one. Pam, Shirley, you've been up all night. Oh my gosh, well, I kind of have too. Okay, so then I'm going to double load my brush. So I'm gonna dip straight down. So I've got my brush not flat, I've got it up and down, and I'm gonna dip straight down into both of my oranges. Why am I using 2 oranges? Because everything looks better, gets more opaque with the more colors you use. With just one color, it's just not the same. Hi, Coral. Oh, thank you so much. Hi. Okay, so dip straight down. Flip your brush all the way over, and I want you to just tap in your brown and then wipe it on your plate to see what you've got. And I love it. Okay, so then you're gonna go to your pumpkin. I'm gonna try to do it towards you guys. You're gonna go to your pumpkin with your dark side, which is heading to the ridge, to the rib, okay? We've got our dark going this way, and oh, let me get you some more paint. I was trying to be conservative. Okay, so you're just gonna hop on and get right on that line. So you've got this part of your brush right on your ridge, and then you're gonna start filling in. You want a little bit of dark on this side. Let me get this back over here. I hope this is helping. Sometimes, when I think, oh, they can see it, they know what I'm talking about. Not everybody does. The key is, as you can see, when I'm brushing, I'm just laying my brush and pushing. I'm giving it quite a bit of elbow grease right there. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? This is the stuff, guys, that makes all the difference. Now, if you go in here and you're like, I got it on too thick, no worries. Just get it, just go back in with more just straight orange. And you're gonna want on this one, because this is the edge, you wanna get a little bit of dark right around that edge, but everything else we're going to keep going this way. So, I hope this makes sense. Okay, now we're gonna do it again and dip in all my colors, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I've got my dark, and I'm gonna run it on this edge, and it'll start to make sense when you, the more ribs that you get done, the more it starts to make sense, and it doesn't matter if you pull up or push down, because when you flip your brush, you'll have more paint on the other side. So you'll always want to do that too. And then I'm just going to go in with straight orange. You guys can do this. You can do this. This is easy stuff, but this is how, is that considered shadowing, Sonia? Yeah, shading, shadowing, good question, because I don't know the answer whether it's shading or shadowing, but I've always just called it shading. But look at the difference already, you guys. If you want it to have some different colors in it, I'll show you what we're going to do towards the end to give it even more of a feel of coming around. So, like I said, just keep going, and it really does go pretty quick. The key is to make sure you've got plenty of paint on that brush, and you see, if you go over, it doesn't matter, it's okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I would love to say hi, and if you were on my page, we do a lot of highs, so if that annoys you, then I'm probably not the crafter for you, because we talk a lot, we craft a lot, but we do make a lot of fun and really, you know, in our own minds, really fun and nice stuff. I always say, if I wouldn't have it in my house, then we're not going to make it. So I do try and strive to just do things that I think I would love. So already you can see it's really, really, really starting to come to life. And like I said, you could take anything. This applies to anything when you're painting. Don't just paint with one color. Just don't. You're going to get such a better look if you give it a couple of colors, and always give it a little bit of a darker color. And anytime you add a white or a black to a color, it's going to look amazing. So I know a lot of people look at stuff like this and they go, there's no way I can do it. There's every way you can do this, I promise. Especially if I can do it. I do not have an art background at all. I have a creative background is what I'd like to call it, because I have zero formal training. I really don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I'm always willing to try anything, and I always want to perfect whatever I'm doing. So I would say in that regard, I love to have, you know, I just want to make sure that whatever I know, I'm teaching you all also. But this couldn't be easier, and you see, and just like that, and it doesn't take very long at all. What I love the most about this kind of thing is that you can always go right back in with a straight color, just your oranges, to tone it all down. Okay, we've got two more, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the embellishing, which is my favorite part in the whole world anyway. Good morning, Patty from Mississippi. You know what? I probably make it look easy, because it is, I promise. I always tell my girls, I believe in you. I know you guys can do this. And if I don't think you can do it, I'll tell you. I'll say, okay, well, this is gonna take a little bit of practice, you guys. But this, you guys can do this. And I want you to practice on anything. Just grab a couple of colors. You could grab a red and a white, and wait till you see all the different ways you can make flowers, all the different tones and colors, like I did last night with this bathroom set. I also did an oil painting that was had a bunch of flowers on it, but the flowers were like a reddish orange, and they didn't go with anything. So I redid the whole thing in pink or red and white. That's it. And I have all different color flowers all over the place just from changing it out that way. So if that makes you panic to change out somebody else's work, or if you feel like, ooh, that doesn't seem like that's okay to do, I've made a decision. It is okay. They got their money, and you know, I'm going to get something that I really like. So I do this a lot. I buy up stuff at thrift stores and antique shops, vintage shops, things like that, and I just redo them. So I think it's okay. And then look, when you get to the middle, then I just go straight orange. How about that? Okay, so here's where we go. Hi, Susie, thank you. Hi, Erin. You guys, it really is easy, I promise. I always say if I don't think you can do it, I'll let you know. And if I know you can, I'll tell you. And you guys can all, I don't care who you are, what your background is, you can do this. Watching my time. Oh, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, this morning, well, last night, it was morning for a lot of you. Oh my goodness, you guys, 30 minutes. I know some of the ladies said that they were just like holding their breath for me to try and get done in 30 minutes. And there are so many great crafters because I couldn't even sleep. I was so wired up. You know how when you're doing anything, you get home, you're just wired up. I can't just lay down and go right to sleep. So I stayed up for quite a while, but anyway, I'll sleep today. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some antique gold. This is just Deco Art antique gold. And this is what is going to give it the round shape. And you can see I'm just using the same brush. I'm gonna get a little bit of the orange off, but I'm gonna go back in and just the antique gold. And this is kind of like a dry brushing. And I just want right on the tips. And if you can see that, this on every tip is going to give it, when we're done, you're gonna see, this is what's gonna give it that rounded look. And this is just, you can see, I'm just barely doing it, barely putting any there. And then every once in a while, I'll just bring it down, probably just in the middle. But can you see already what a difference that made? It just brought it almost completely around, which is so crazy. Now that I'm looking at this, there's a couple that I think are a little dark. So that's what's so great about this. You just go back in, make them a little bit lighter. You can do anything. You could have added a tan to this, to our, to the oranges, and you're gonna get a whole different shade. Let me get rid of some of that right there in the middle. Good morning, hi everybody. I hope you're enjoying this. Like I said, we do a lot of this. We do a lot of different stuff, but we do a lot of painting because I have found that everybody loves to get these little painting courses. But now can you see how it just gives it that roundness that you need? Oh, I'm not an artist, but thank you so much. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is we are going to now glue it. So if you're just coming on, let me show you what we've done. I've got a regular board. It was a sign that I got at Hobby Lobby for $4.99. I painted over what it said, but I just painted it barely just because I just needed something. See, $4.99. That Hobby Lobby in that clearance aisle is the place to be. I went ahead and E6000 and hot glued 3 little vintage spools just to get it to pop off, which let me just say, that's what makes the difference, is all that little stuff. We are all about the details and taking everything up a notch, and something like this takes it up a big notch. So let's go ahead, and if you notice, I'm not painting my stem yet because I need something to hang on to. So I'm using E6000, and I'm just going to only do it on the spools. So if you see what I'm doing, I'm like just, dot, dot, dot. And then I take my hot glue gun and I go in between those dots because the hot glue will help it set up instantly. And the E6000 will keep it from, sometimes hot glue. Sorry, but I'm in my pajamas, so you're gonna have to see it for a minute. I just wanna make sure I get it on right. Okay, but the hot glue helps, the hot glue is what does it instantly, but the E6000 is your best friend in the long haul. Hot glue's a good temporary, but I don't trust it. I don't trust it for the long haul. And then look at that, oops. How awesome is that? and you can't see it, but you see that it's popped off. So, okay, I want to do the, I'm going to use metallic gold. I was going to do black and white check. You know what? I think I've got time. And let's just live dangerously. Let's do, I want to do it like this. I want to do my stem like that. So let's go ahead and do the stem in a black and white check. So if you're not following me or not familiar with me, you can see how we do it. And it's always something that I teach a lot. I have a whole bunch of tutorials, over 100 tutorials on my website. And I believe my admin is here and kind of giving us some links, but you can find tutorials there. Join us on our Facebook pages though, Studio MD AZ and Check Savvy Sisters. Okay, so one more thing. Now that I've got my white out, I'm going to grab just a little tiny bit and I'm gonna give it just a hit. This is dry, just every once in a while, just for interest. And again, just every little thing you do just takes it up one more notch and pops it off. Okay, so next thing I want to do. Let's antique this. Normally, I would, let me get my coffee out of the way. Normally, I would have probably done a black and white check all the way around, but obviously we didn't have enough time. So anyway, I'm just gonna take a regular sanding block and start to get some of that off. And as you know, I'm sure you guys all know, but the harder you push, the better the grit, the easier it's going to be to get this off. Let me grab a different, that one I've been using for quite a while. Let me do, now this is a really heavy grit. This is a coarse, so a coarse, so look, it's going to work instantly. But if you just want a little bit of distressing, you would use something like a sanding block that's just got a nicer, lighter grit. It is crazy though how every little thing, it takes, you know, like it takes a village to raise your kids. It takes all kinds of stuff over and over and over. You just keep adding to make everything look amazing. Just watching my time. Okay, now you've got to follow the shape of your project, and we're just going to do some black and white check on this stem. So I'm just going to freehand this, so don't panic. You can do this because you've got to follow it. If this was straight up and down, I would probably just take a ruler and, you know, go straight up and down with it, but it's not, and so I can't do that. So I'm going to go this way, follow the shape, and now I'm going to do the horizontals, and I got to think about which way it's going. So it's kind of curving up a little bit. So you can see, again, follow the shape, curved. Nothing is straight. This is a pumpkin. You know, it's not a picture frame, it's a pumpkin. So it's not going to lay, everything isn't going to lay straight up and down flat. Let's see, I'm going to grab a little brush. This is just a little shader brush. It's probably a number 6. It is. It's a number 6 shader brush. And if you're familiar with Mackenzie Childs, everything's black and white check, but she has colors popping through the back of it for interest. So we're going to do the same thing. And like I said, this is just our take on it. So I'm going to dip straight down into the antique gold, flip it all the way over, and tap in the black. You can see I'm just barely in that black. Wipe it on your plate. The reason I do that is just to see what I've got, to make sure that I don't have too much. Good morning. Hi, everybody. You guys, normally on my own page, we're talking through the whole thing, but because I don't have that much time today, I've got to just, you know, get my little job done. So I'm just putting a little bit of that behind there. It's just for interest. And I'm going to grab a really small brush. I could use either a number 4 or a number 2. I'm using a Zen level 2, Number two, and if you go to my website, studiomdaz.com, you'll find my favorites. I have a list of all my favorite products, and you can find those there. So normally I would also put a mark in every other box so that I don't get messed up. But I mean, come on, I've got like 6 boxes. I think even I can handle that. So just get in there. The key is always to offload your brush first in the middle so that you don't have, when you hit one of the lines, that you're not going over because you've got so much paint. And again, you guys, I go over all of this very slowly, very detailed when I have my tutorials, and these are the type of things we do every day, all kinds of different stuff. Okay, and then I'm a fanatic about making sure, you notice that I already painted all the way around that pumpkin. I'm a fanatic about making sure every way you look at your project that it looks good, especially if you're giving it as a gift. Make sure that you're giving it everything you've got. How cute is this? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is let that dry for a second, and let's work on our little, I want to do a, thank you guys, thank you. I want to do a, you know, a little bit of some pizzazz right there. And so here's what this was. This was a napkin ring. It's on, it was on Amazon. I don't have the link right here for it, but it was on Amazon, and I just took this part off. There was also this tiny little apple, which I'm going to pretend is a pumpkin. And so I'm going to just stripe this really quick. Again, just for interest, I want to have something other than just those florals on here. I need a little pop of something that's, you know, the black up there. So dipping again, using the same brush, I'm just gonna dip in. And like I said, I know this is fast. This isn't normally how we would roll, but for today I have to. Okay, coming up next, I know, is Beth with Rekindled Blessings. And you don't want to miss her. She's so sweet. She's got, I know people from the South never think, or from that have an accent never think they do, but I always think people do. I was originally from Buffalo, New York. I live in Scottsdale, Arizona now. So I'm pretty sure I don't have an accent, although maybe somebody would think differently. Okay, so let's let that sit and dry. Look how cute. I mean, how teeny that is. Let's just let that sit and dry for 1 second. And we're gonna do the white drag like we did on the other. No, I guess that was my previous show. We did a white drag. I'm gonna do a quick white drag on this, and this is, again, just to add interest to the checks, and it tones them down a tiny bit. I also, while all of that's drying, I'm gonna hit everything real quick for just 1 second. That's all it's gonna take. And I hate it when crafters do this, I really do, but it's a necessary evil for us. Okay. I also wanna put this sign. I got this at, I believe, Michael's. And it just says blessed. I know it's backwards, but it's like a little iron piece. And so I think I'm going to put that either there at an angle, but let's get our, let's get this on. Let's get a ribbon. Somebody give me a time. Thank you. Yeah, you guys can do this. This is easy. And this is a, what do you figure? Under $10 project. But it sure doesn't look it. So, and I'm not a great bow maker, you guys. I just spitball with my bows because I'm not good at it. Someday I'll get good at it. But I always think as long as you fluff it up, give it some life, it's fine. I'm gonna dovetail it. Scissors. I got 3 minutes. Okay, perfect. That's all I need. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you've been watching all night long, and I know there were some people, i.e. Chris Hunter, who was gonna stay up all night and watch all the crafters, which, God love you. I probably should have, because I might as well have. Just so you know, I'm gonna put this down, but I will also seal this so that it's super shiny. But I wanna be able to finish this project for you, and if I were to seal it now, I wouldn't be able to glue anything down. You wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. So that's the only reason I'm doing this, but I will seal it, and I'm just gonna spray seal this. I'm gonna throw that right in there. How cute is that? Okay, same thing, a little E6000, a little hot glue. Come on, Debbie, work faster, work faster. Oh, such a panic, such a panic. And then when we get done with these, we're just like, oh, thank God, that's over. I made it. Everybody's happy, everybody's fine. Okay, I think I'm probably, yeah, it just needs to be straight, I can tell. And normally I would have you guys help me and tell me where you want stuff, and nobody ever agrees, and it's a nightmare, but it's always fun. Okay, I think I'm right at my time. Look how cute. So in 30 minutes, we've created something that I think you'd be thrilled to have in your home, and I'm happy with it, and maybe you got a little bit of an art lesson today from a non-artist. So I hope you guys have a great day. Watch up next, Beth with Rekindled Blessings. She's so sweet. And follow me, Studio MD AZ, or check Savvy, S-A-V-V-Y Sisters. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. And I will go through and look at all the comments right after I wake up from my nap. Okay, have a great day. I love you guys. Bye.